Imagine, you're 10 years old again, and you're playing somewhere in your backyard, where all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the Virgin Mary appears. You're having a vision. She asks you to pick a crown. One for purity, one for martyrdom. Which would you choose? Would you choose any? The boy she appeared to picked both of the crowns. This boy grew up to be the great St. Maximilian Kolbe. Kolbe went on to grow up to be a great helper and sacrificer for many people. I try to mimic Kolbe as much as possible. It is not easy. Firstly, Kolbe had a vision. At a young age, he made a great and very wise decision. One mature than many of us would make. Secondly, Kolbe helped so many people in World War II. And he made the ultimate sacrifice for a man in Auschwitz camp. Kolbe was a very mischievous child. He would get in so much trouble for pulling pranks, and that it was not possible to count how many pranks he pulled. Many of us will probably be able to relate to him. But one day he had a vision of the Virgin Mary. She asked him a very trying question. One that was especially trying for a 10-year-old. Who can imagine being asked this question? The question was, which crown would you choose? The crown she gave him was one of white, which was purity, and one of red, which symbolized martyrdom. Now think about it. Which one would you choose? Now, Kolbe's decision was both. He took both the crowns without even thinking about it. Kolbe's life was now planned out for himself. He would have to change his ways completely and become very pure, and he would have to stop pulling pranks. So instead of pulling pranks, helping people. At a young age, Kolbe made a mature decision. Further along, you could see him becoming more mature. He was ordained a Franciscan priest in Poland. Later on, during World War II, he gave refuge to 3,500 refugees, and including hundreds of Jews. Harboring Jews was completely illegal. Kolbe could have gotten in so much trouble for this. He could have been home free. He didn't even have to help these people. However, being the man that Kolbe was, he helped these people. No matter what. He didn't want to see these people suffer. Kolbe, because he harbored so many Jews, word got out. The Nazis came and stormed his church. Father Kolbe was captured, along with hundreds and hundreds of Jews. These Jews and Kolbe were taken to Auschwitz, one of the worst, I repeat it, concentration camps in Nazi Germany. There, 10 men were condemned to death, because the rule was, if one man was escaped, then 10 men would die in his place. Kolbe was not picked as one of the men. However, being the great helper and sacrificer he was, he offered to take the place of a man. The man he took the place of had a family at home, a wife and 2 children. Kolbe could not see the man suffer so much. So, in his place, he decided to suffer for him. Does this remind you of someone? Kolbe was sentenced to death. The 10 men were taken to a hole. There, the 10 men would starve to death. However, Maximilian Kolbe would not starve to death. He lasted 2 whole weeks without food or water. I'm sure many of us cannot even last a day without food or water. However, he did. Someone was obviously watching him. After he lasted 2 weeks, the Nazis got furious with this. They could not allow a man to live that long, especially a priest who had been hearing confessions, celebrating masses, and telling everyone it would be okay. He was a beam of light, hope for the people of the camp. The Germans could have none of this. So, to end it, they killed him via lethal injection. Kolbe made the ultimate sacrifice in giving him his life for a man he had no idea who he was. Now, as I said earlier, does this remind you of anybody? It should. It should remind you of Jesus. Maximilian Kolbe is a man who is widely respected and prayed to. He became the first martyr of charity. A martyr of charity is one who dies for a cause or for a group of people. Today, Kolbe is prayed to for support. He's always there if you need any kind of help. He is the patron of addicts for a reason. This is the reason why I chose him as my confirmation saint. I respect him so much, and I pray to him almost every day. I could never, in my mind, I cannot even imagine to make these decisions he made, and to make the sacrifices he made. That is why many, many people respect him. This is Maximilian Kolbe, and today I try to live his legacy.